Imagine being accidentally frozen and waking up 1,000 years from now. Well, that's exactly what happened to pizza delivery boy Fry in the year 1999.
It's the future. My parents, my coworkers, my girlfriend. I'll never see any of them again. Yahoo!
He imagines that the future will be better than the past, but soon finds himself working as a delivery boy again, this time with some rather interesting co-workers.
Captain 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘.
Here!
Delivery boy first class Philip J. Fry.
Here!
Assistant manager of sales Benda Binding Rodriguez.
Cerveza, por favor.
Long-term intern Amy Wong. Company physician Dr. John E. Zoidberg.
Oh, I thought it was mine.
Futurama is one of my favorite animated shows. In the clip you just saw, Fry mentions his co-workers. Do you know the difference between co-workers and colleagues? Although they can be used to mean the same thing, colleague is sometimes used to refer to people who work in the same industry or field, but not necessarily for the same company. However, co-worker tends to be used for people who share the same workspace or duties. But before we continue learning with today's lesson, if you're new here, welcome. Every week we create fun lessons like this one to help English learners like you understand fast-speaking natives without getting lost, without missing the jokes, and without needing subtitles. So join our global community of over 6.5 million learners by hitting that subscribe button and bell down below so you never miss out on any of our new lessons. One of Fry's main hopes living in the future was that he wouldn't have to be a delivery boy. Let's take a look at how Fry's first day at work goes.
I'm never gonna get used to the 31st century. Caffeinated bacon? Baconated grapefruit? Admiral Crunch?
Well, if you don't like that, try some 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗥𝗖𝗍𝗄.
Ah, Hermes. Crew, meet Hermes Conrad. He manages my delivery business, pays the bills, notifies next of kin, what have you.
Someone come and drop this package to the slot last night. Now, which one of you is the captain?
Oh my, I haven't picked a new captain yet. It's always so hard to choose. Ooh, 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 ooh. You. Ah.
Delivery boy first class Philip J. Fry.
Here!
So if you describe something or someone as first class, you mean that they are extremely good and of the highest quality. Check out this example from The Simpsons.
Now what's this?
Are you okay?
Some second-degree burns, but some first-class burgers.
Long-term intern Amy Wong.
Let's look at the grammar in this sentence. Long-term intern is an example of an oxymoron. An oxymoron combines two words with contradictory or opposing definitions to form a new word or phrase. While long-term means that something happens over a relatively long period of time, intern refers to someone, especially a student, who works for a short time in a particular job in order to gain experience. So these words are almost opposites, and logically it seems both of them cannot be true at the same time. Which of these is an example of a common oxymoron? Living dead, pretty ugly, old news.
Oh yeah, this is a zombie movie from the early 80s. Bunch of people get trapped in a Jewish deli. It's called Again with the Living Dead.
It must have been around 1979 when animals started snorting crushed up pieces of felt. Got pretty ugly.
I'm old news. Everyone's just interested in that wife of yours.
All three are correct. If you look at the word combinations in each example, living dead, pretty ugly, old news, you'll see that they are all opposite, and therefore they are oxymorons.
Admiral Crunch?
Well, if you don't like that, try some 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗥𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗦𝗦.
Here we have a nice cultural reference. The names of the cereals, Admiral Crunch and Archduke Chocula, are meant to be funny alternatives to the popular North American cereals, Captain Crunch and Count Chocula. This is funny because in the Navy, Admiral is a higher ranking title than Captain, and when it comes to royal titles, Archduke is also superior to Count.
Hermes. Crew, meet 𝗙𝗲𝗿𝗏.
Generally, we say that a crew is a group of people who work together or perform particular activities together. In this case, those who work on or operate a ship or an aircraft, such as an airplane or spaceship.
I just gotta hand off my puppet stuff to my production crew.
Production crew?
We read the script, very emotional.
He manages my delivery business, pays the bills, notifies next of kin, what have you.
Listen again to how Professor Farnsworth pronounces the word notifies. In American English, often when a T is between vowels, it is pronounced more like a D or D sound. So what we hear here is notifies, notifies. Listen again.
He manages my delivery business, pays the bills, notifies next of kin, what have you.
So your next of kin means your closest living relatives, such as your parents, siblings, spouse, etc. You'll often see this word used in legal documents.
I am so sorry, Cleveland.
Loretta had no next of kin in Quahog, so one of my old friends is driving the body down here.
He manages my delivery business, pays the bills, notifies next of kin, what have you.
The informal expression, what have you, means things like that. We can use either and or before this expression. Check out this example from Friends.
Well, anywho, we should be getting our FDA approval any day now. Hopefully in time for Thanksgiving. See, the way we look at it, chocolate already dominates most of your major food preparation holidays, Easter, Christmas, what have you.
Here at Learn English with TV series, Friends is without a doubt our favorite series to learn English. It even inspired us to create our Fluent with Friends course to help you speak English confidently and naturally. Well, with this course, you can have fun and greatly improve your understanding of fast-speaking natives. Learn the vocabulary that you actually need to communicate confidently and master grammar in context. You can try it right now for free with our 3-part masterclass. Simply click up here or down in the description below to sign up now.
Someone come and drop this package to the slot last night.
In this situation, a slot means a thin opening or a long, narrow hole used for putting packages or mail into. Other examples would be to put letters and postcards through the mail slot at the post office, or to insert money into the coin slot of a gumball machine.
Say, what's this?
Anyone hear something?
It's a coin slot. Bender, insert that giant nickel.
One of the most endearing parts of the show is the friendship between Fry and Bender, the oddly lovable robot. Check out this scene where Bender offers Fry a place to stay.
Cheer up, meatbag. You barely touched your amoeba.
It looked good, but I just don't feel like eating. You want it?
Nah, I'm trying to watch my input. I need plenty of wholesome, nutritious alcohol. The chemical energy keeps my fuel cells charged.
What are the cigars for?
They make me look cool.
I can't believe they threw me out like that. I must have been really acting like a jerk.
Yeah, but everybody's a jerk. You, me, this jerk. That's my philosophy. So, where are you gonna stay?
I don't know. Do refrigerators still come in cardboard boxes?
Yeah, but the rents are outrageous. Why don't you just come move in with me?
Really? That would be great. You sure I won't be imposing?
Nah, I've always wanted a pet.
After some difficult moments living together, Fry decides it's better not to live with Bender. Bender then becomes depressed and decides to stop drinking. Take a look at what happens.
Bender? My God, you're a mess.
Leave me alone.
Look at that 5 o'clock rust. You've been up all night not drinking, haven't you?
Hey, what I don't do is none of your business.
Please, Bender, have some malt liquor. If not for yourself, then for the people who love you.
I hate the people who love me, and they hate me. Cheer up, meatbag.
In movies and series, the informal expression meatbag is often used by non-human, non-fleshy characters as an offensive way to refer to human beings.
Oh, feels like you have a full diaper.
Ooh, I'll change her. Here's your cut. Nice knowing you, meatbags. Have fun turning the dust.
Wait.
You barely touched your amoeba.
The spelling of this word is a bit different from the pronunciation. Amoeba. Amoeba. An amoeba is a very tiny organism with only one cell. What's funny here is that not only are amoebae sometimes harmful, you would also need a powerful microscope to see an amoeba.
Oh, really? He does? Did you forget him because he's kind of quiet?
Well, he's had a dramatic transformation. Like an amoeba to an elephant.
But that's like an entirely different species.
It looked good, but I just don't feel like eating. You want it?
Here, Fry's words flow into each other when he says want it. Instead of pronouncing the T in want, the sound is silent and the two words join together. So what we hear is want it, you want it.
Nah, I'm trying to watch my input.
This is funny because generally as humans, we could say that we watch our intake, which means that we take note of the amount of food, air, liquid, or other substance we put into our bodies. However, as Bender is a robot, input refers to the amount of energy or data that enters his system. For example, all this information had to be input into the computer.
I need plenty of wholesome, nutritious alcohol.
If something is wholesome, it is good for your health and your overall well-being, mind, body, and spirit.
As long as we eat up filthy scrambled eggs, you'll never find out.
They're not filthy. They're wholesome, fertile, and fresh from the forest floor.
The chemical energy keeps my fuel cells charged.
Fuel cells work like batteries, but they do not run down or need recharging. They produce energy as long as fuel is supplied. In this case, the fuel Bender needs to survive is alcohol.
I must have been really acting like a jerk.
In this context, the word jerk is used as a slang expression for a foolish, rude, or annoying person.
I took a personal day. My boyfriend Martin broke up with me.
No!
Yeah, I was totally blindsided.
That jerk!
Which of these is another meaning of jerk? A sudden movement, a style of cooking, a style of clothes. A and B are correct. To jerk is a sudden, short movement like this. It is also a style of cooking popular in the Caribbean in which meat is rubbed or marinated in special spices and then cooked.
You sure I won't be imposing?
Here the word imposing means to expect someone to do something for you or spend time with you when they do not want to or when it is not convenient for them.
Anyway, I know you're just in town for the boat show, but seriously, make yourself at home.
I really don't want to impose. If there's anything I can do to help around here.
My My God, you're a mess.
If someone is a mess, they look dirty or untidy and are usually in a bad emotional state.
Calm down, it's gonna be okay.
How's it gonna be okay? Look at me. I'm a mess.
Look at that 5 o'clock rust.
This is a reference to the 5 o'clock shadow, which is the amount of beard that grows during the course of the day after someone shaved their face that morning. Check out how it's used in this example.
How long did you wait? Well, I finally left when Chewie's 5 o'clock shadow turned into a beard.
As Bender is made of metal, he doesn't have a beard, but instead his face starts to rust. Rust is a reddish-brown coating that forms on iron or steel after it is exposed to moisture and air, or when the metal isn't taken care of.
What I don't do is none of your business.
Let's take note of how Bender uses reduction here. First, Olive takes on the schwa sound, Then the or in your is also pronounced with a schwa, and it is reduced to ya. So this becomes none of your business, none of your business. Listen again.
What I don't do is none of your business.
Captain 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘.
Here!
Delivery boy first class, Philip J. Fry.
Here!
Assistant manager of sales, Bender Binding Rodriguez.
Cerveza, por favor.
Long-term intern, Amy Wong. Company physician, Dr. John E. 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘.
Oh, I thought it was mine.
Long-term intern is an example of metaphor, synonym, oxymoron.
I'm never gonna get used to the 31st century. Caffeinated bacon? Baconated grapefruit? Admiral Crunch?
Well, if you don't like that, try some Archduke chocolate.
Ah, Hermes. Crew, meet 𝗙𝗲𝗏𝗙𝗏𝗏. He manages my delivery business, pays the bills, notifies next of kin, what have you.
Someone come and drop this package to the slot last night.
A synonym for next of kin is friends, relatives, acquaintances.
Bender? My God, you're a mess.
Leave me alone.
Look at that 5 o'clock rust. You've been up all night not drinking, haven't you?
Hey!
True or false? If you describe someone as a mess, you are talking only about their physical appearance. But it will still give you a pretty good idea of what your English level is in terms of vocabulary and grammar. Plus, it'll be so much fun doing it. So what are you waiting for? Grab that pen and paper and let's get started.
All right, first academic alert. Wiggum, Ralph.